most youths involved in crime because of food, clothing, shelter, even peer pressure, or some even just for the hype.
So next temptation I faced myself, growing up without a mom. My dad was hardly around because of work, so I had to be a man really early.
Buff Bay United for Life. This is a collaboration of pastors, police, youth and youth. In fact, I'm one of the youth writers right now. Social workers, nurses, community advocates, principals, and anybody in Buff Bay who really wants to see Buff Bay united for life.
Well, it play a major role and give my life make a good impact in my life, as if I made a program where most of the youth in the community who play soccer, not even soccer, basketball, and many other things, teach us about the Lord, teach us to read. So he give our life being around him, meeting new people, going places, and I see myself representing my country Jamaica and taking it to the international level.
Reverend Michael Lakin has been like a role model from day one. First, he has a grassroots program, football program, where he teaches us the basics to football, which has developed our talent from a tender age up till now. So I like to appreciate him for such act. He's an educator. He has done so many things for this community.
Research and risk modeling.
Well, Mr.
We look at issues of crime and violence in places like Syria, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Libya, all of the Middle East, and they look at the causes and outcomes of crime and violence from a scientific perspective. They do research trying to see what causes big man for all the blind children squeezing, or what causes man to stab man, or stab a man, or shoot, or abuse verbally, or abuse sexually, emotionally. They try to find out what is in the world, in our human condition, causes that. And then they try to come up with solutions to help villages and countries and towns and nations based on their research.
Michael Lakin, he's like my brother. My brother in the sense of the things I look out for, the things that I do, the things that I champion, the cause that I champion. The burning fire and the urge that I have inside is similar to what he has. We have been working on a number of projects for many years. Young people getting rehabilitated, young people being engaged in sports activities, shut-ins, etc. Now he has been a very positive and very potent role model. I have seen young persons who would have otherwise gone into crime. I have seen them being so attached to him. He uses his truck that he has, he'll pick them up, he'll take a number of them, even 20 of them at a time, to go do football, to say, excuse me, thank you, please, to be very kind, to be very gracious. I know if he was not around and if he was not doing all that he has been doing for the many years, we would have a much higher crime level in Buff Bay. And I'm being very honest that the work that he has put in for the past possible 15-20 years, it has borne fruit in many ways. I am very positive and I'm comforted with the work that he has been doing over time, both at his church, at his school, in the community. He's very much respected here. He's called Coach, in fact. A lot of people don't call him Reverend Lakin or Michael Lakin. He's called Coach because he coaches not just football, but way of life. He coaches how to live with principle and honor and integrity and dignity, and that's what he does. And if we are ever in doubt, he will consult with me, I will consult with him, and we have persons, elders, who we will also consult with.
Well, he is like his father. His father was a community man, and he had the footsteps of his father. You understand?
Sometimes we play hide and seek, and sometimes me and my friends hide from him, and we play hide and seek with him.
And somebody trouble you and you get upset, and you plan to like stop them, shoot them, or do anything, or chop them.
Shocking people, and they killed my daddy, and they're threatening people, and they're cursing bad words after people, and they are chasing people to kill.
Why do you think that so many of us right now have not achieved our fullest potential? Because somebody spoke that into existence. It's not that God designed you that way, but somebody said, "You dumb son fooly boy," and then you grow up as a dumb son fool boy.
What are some of the crime and violence in Jamaica that you face?
Killing?
Yes?
And come at your house and tell them that they're going to kill you. Because I'm strong.
Oh, you're strong. Oh, so you're one of the tough guys. So what made you so tough and strong? Like you grew up and learned to be strong?
No, I make out of iron.
Alright.
But I don't fight girls. But Davian loves to fight girls.
Davian fights girls?
Yes. I look a small girl in my class.
Oh, does he hurt them?
No, he loves to teach her stuff.
Teach us to respect for all. Stir response to duty small. Strengthen us into.
Somebody say God bless Jamaica. Lift your hand and say God bless our meeting.
God bless our meeting.
Take somebody's hand out and say God bless you.
God bless you.
Come on, tell somebody God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, brother. God bless you. God bless you.
So based on what you do, has to do with teaching people what you learn. Alright, now there's a process that took place in your life that taught you. That process involves something mental and something spiritual that made you decide to go against the bad part of your culture. You also referenced that second solution where people come prepared in classes. Persons generally attend something either because they're going to have a reward or a bad consequence. So it's either we have to find a way to reward people to come to classes. Then, as I listen to you, what I've heard too as a second solution now is real church intervention in people's life. We have a lot of people attending church, but they have not been changed. They just come to church when they feel vexed or feel like they need a lot. But there's no change. That's why you can testify that one of the main players in this issue is a church attender. Okay? So church intervention is real. There's a time when a church like yours wouldn't take the leak out the road. If them here said, Brother Michael from prophecy out the road, I take off his shirt. When church taking off is not certain prophecy event, me can tell you this, Pastor Marla, Deacon Walla, and Elder Sister over here will be out of faith with stick and stone saying, what do you think, God?
I'm just going to repeat what I was saying when I got the chance to tell you the truth. That you can't keep me feel like me no want to go with them because if I go with them, then I just take something and end myself. And when I get to my school, like me and your child about the same school. I have family and child. I want to take a start now. Your child about the same school with me. You don't teach child. And when you take a start, you are going to tell me, you are going to get ready, put on your clothes, step out. and then you gonna let your sister child, my child, I remember your son, I'm gonna see, and when you come over now, you are gonna grab the little bit, and when you grab the little bit now, and I said, come on, and that's the first one I said, no, leave her alone, we carry her, go to school. And when you end up that now, you want to fight out, you grab up the man, and then you let her like it. And you know, end up now you slip, and then you, I know the man when you slip, and policeman even just stand up to watch everything and that's everything.
Alright, you'd like to tell them?
And when you slip.
You'd like me to tell them? You'd like me to tell you to tell them? Alright, this honest man learning thing. Alright, let's stand together while we look for the national anthem to play right after the prayer. Harry? Stand and say, God, thank you for this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
In a parish like St. Mary, where people don't manage their conflicts well, you might have a disagreement with someone, and you know the next thing is that they are threatened. Most times they are threatened in this parish. Person will carry their threats. That means you can be either chopped up, or you can be either shot or killed.
Probably some of us end up dead, some to jail if you're lucky, but most of the time you end up dead.
You know, I could have dead that night.
Wow.
You know, so if you really look and you said, you know, what are you really doing? Is it worth it? Is it really worth it?
Right.
You're here and you just, someone kill you just like that. Is it really worth it for living the wrong way, the wrong life?
Recently we had the death of a young person that was killed by another young person, and it has been said that it has to do with gang-related issues, but what we have found out is that because of lack of parenting, these are the reasons why most of these persons turn to gang. They turn to gang to assist them by feeding them, by clothing them, and you know they want that motherly love, they want that fatherly love, so they tend to find it in the gang.
And when does it end? When does the violence be stopped? The violence should stop, no? The violence should stop?
Yes.
What are you going to do to make it stop?
If you expand your borders and extend the 10 pegs, if you agree with that, say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Sometimes we are a little bit, just a little bit cynical when it comes to small ministries. Isn't that so? You notice the hall is not filled with persons here as yet who have come to witness the awards ceremony, the anniversary ceremony here for God's Hands Ministries, isn't that? What we can see. Lord. Tell you got other kingdoms, just to remind you.
And how would they?
Yes.
Talk to them. Okay, so you would use your phone a lot. No? No?
You would talk to them and tell them they should not do that where
the solution is right now we think about that thing, my brother. I think about say, right now you see the youth them, when the youth them come out of them yard, them come from the corners and they come some other split and they feel happy. That's not the best. The government can step in, build more library, build a street side library, and educate the youth them. I'm tell you already, poverty with crime.
Right.
Education is part of food. You teach me, you give me education, you give me food for life.
Let me make it clear. Any man who beat a woman will be put out of church immediately. No question asked, no discussion. Any man who beats his woman will be put out of church immediately. Some things happen birthday when I usually happen. Any woman. Man gets stabbed and killed. Nurse get mashed up. Some other little things go on when we know enough go on. And his company sent him here to take a look at what's going on that could cause a place that's very peaceful to all of a sudden have issues. He's been asking me, why are you so angry and vexed? Our best friend, best friend. He has cruised with the youths and seen them happy and hug up in this minute, and then a thump out one of that tea the next minute. A clear school mission, clear goals and priorities. Gideon is known for that. So could we give God another clap offering for that? A safe and orderly environment. Now come on, we got to give God thanks for that. Because unless you're not keeping in touch with what's happening in our nation, for engaging in inappropriate activity in the science lab with an underage child. Those things do not take place at Gideon because this is a safe and orderly environment. And it's not by accident. It's by choice and by design. So let's give God a clap offering for that. Now you know, I speak with that kind of openness and clarity. They're going to leave this greenhouse called Gideon and go to a high school where they won't have the protection of Auntie Michelle de Goot and her crew, or Auntie Nadia and her crew. The protection will not be there. So for those of you, for example, who right now have the habit of leaving your picnic here until 6 o'clock, try your best don't do that some high schools. Otherwise they'll come home having been introduced to inappropriate activity that can set them back for life. So you know what I'm talking about because you've been there. Don't let it happen to these precious ones. Not all schools right now are safe and orderly. We hope that will be the case, especially the schools that they go to. But we are thankful to God that He has blessed us with leaders and teachers who continue to sustain a safe and orderly environment here at Gideon. So let's give God a clap hand again. There are two other important areas of school development that I want to share with you. Frequent monitoring of student progress. That's where teachers take the time to make sure that your children are learning. Demand that they are monitored frequently. Do that at home. Then high expectations academically, socially, and spiritually. We are unashamed to hold them to high expectations. We have of course done that, and at times paid the price by parents who disagree.
I dream about snake, and I dream about bad things, that I dream about my house. I dream about...
What about good dreams?
Good dreams, right?
You want to win next time? Okay, like this. Remember, one more you can talk. Everybody at home. Everybody at home. It's a game. Play the game. He's always dedicated to positive things. Please take charge. Nothing needs to take. Check out now for the friend. Don't forget it. You can't do that. Right? The friend out.
What about good dreams?
good dreams, like somebody help them one another.
We believe that if we can plan programs, sporting programs, musical programs, because we believe that sports and music is the way forward to put the youth negative energy into something positive. So we definitely want to get assistance in that area.
No, you know, I walk to the station.
At the youth club level to participate. So we know that sports and music will be a vehicle to sorting out these youngsters at times. And they will accommodate them and then they will come into the communities and from time to time they will carry out robberies, break-ins.
Being a male is a matter of birth. Being a man is a matter of choice. I choose to be a man. Alright? Alright? And a man is strong physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Bad things.
So we can take that part.
Reverend A can come in as our mediator or a person that we can make a reference to. So we initiate the initiation. If we find out that we need assistance, then we will call on our Reverend AK and we try and see how best we can assist our troubled youths in especially birthday. We have recommended them to police and other groups. This is where they come and they can get some time to vent what is inside, and to give them that opportunity to be leaders, so they can at one stage we will put them so you are in charge for the night.
And he has helped me get into college, and now I'm a graduate of the Midland Bible Institute where I study theology. So now I'm here just helping the youths again, giving back what I've received over the years.
Mr. Michael Akins he also makes me wanted to earn a degree, because he has shown us that he has been to one of the the best university in the United States of America, which is Harvard, and that has been a very good motivation for me. And I also has the dream to be there sometime. That has been on a large scale, and I would like to see the acts of domestic violence being reduced.
It's an amazing feeling and experience to leave from a rural area to play in the inner city. But first and foremost, I would have to give thanks to Michael Akins.
Boy, I'm tired. Man, 40 miles to Kingston. My gosh, man. How many are we at Bridget and Portland same way? How am I going to reach Kingston now? My gosh, what a journey. Boys, why? I'm tired now. What am I going to do? Because I'm not a fool, not a water, I'm not have no money, nothing. What am I going to do? Your bicycle, you alone a bicycle can ride. What are we going to do? Richard, me need a bicycle. Hold on. You want a bicycle upside down? You think? Yeah, we can't take you to a bicycle. Oh yeah, watch out. You want a bicycle? Yeah, you have a bicycle. So one, 3 bicycle. You want 5 over 3. You have a bicycle now. We are 4 bicycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you come. I'm not nobody here. You're not coming. Come here, no man. Here. Because all the guys they will do something. If they left the bicycle, you can move it. But then again, car door. We're Christian, man. Oh my gosh, we're Christian, man. Well, the only way we can do such a thing unless God close in your eye. Oh God, oh yeah. You think we can pray for God close in your eye?
What that now closing eye?
Gotta look for a whip. My gosh, where we are going to? What to do?
Or even a recreational center where we can go and learn a skill or a trade to enhance and better our livelihood.
That country doesn't have 5 robots, right?
You're going to take on the mightiest Navy in the history of the planet.
I didn't get a proper education, and that's the reason why I am struggling right now.
Right, come to your mind, church, so you just walk away from church.
Okay, the match finished. Alright, the match is over. The match is over. Hey, the match is over. Hey, the match is over. Hey, the match is over, man. Hey, man, referee. Hey, the match is over, guys. The match is over. You lose, man. Hey, you lose, man.
It's just a game.
It's just a game, man. The match is over. Come on, man. Rest, man. Rest. Our victor for the day is Malumba. Our third match will be I'll be calling Rivaldo to the ring. Black Knight Jr. Come on, Black Knight Jr.
So referee,
excuse me,
please.
Yes, sir.
Take off points for negative stuff. Because, for example, it is expected that if you go wrestle Rivaldo, you must win, right? Because you're seasoned at it.
Yeah.
So if a man over here says, hey, Rivaldo get beaten. No, man, if someone down, you go encourage him and say, don't worry, Rivaldo, don't worry.
Who did that?
Alright? Don't worry, Rivaldo.
Listen when you talk, I'm a joke thing. All your life and negative things you talk. All your life. All your life is a put down over next black man. All your life. 13 years of laughing at your friend when you go to school with him. Come on, man, you could just try something different. Lift up your friend, lift up your friend.
Leave me alone.
Persons like you, of course, have a school that you could go to and learn to read and write.
No, I sit there first and the nurse, the doctor, she stitched and I went on the ward, I got admitted. And she come up and she said, I know you pretty well and I'm asking you, please, just let this one go. I did. At first it was like, you know, I'm gonna make sure you feel more than what I'm feeling. My past life is that you never know what tomorrow. But after being around the stations and we move from that life, no one just try to live as basic human beings, just being friendly with everyone, try to live in peace. That changes, you go comfortable, you have nothing on your mind.
God has placed in all of us some greatness that must come out. But we keep stopping the coming out because we keep destroying each other verbally, physically, and sexually. Time to stop. Tell the neighbor, stop the sexual abuse in Buff Bay. Stop the physical abuse in Buff Bay. Stop the verbal abuse in Buff Bay. There's a group of us as pastors and community leaders. If we hear about it, we have come in your yard and say, listen, stop your little picnic. I want to hear what I said. If we said, I'm on a train line, we have come down there. If we said, I'm going to park, we're going down there. And we have carried some big man who know the thing and know the corner. Because we've done with the abuse and the foolishness of children.
Michael, it's the man.
Yes. We only have no taxi driver for our family. No taxi driver for our family.
Good you can do.
All of them are lying.
That is what he likes. The more good you can do. You love that. Yeah? And they try, the system try to get it in a corner where we try to
to go amongst where our crime going on. Shooting incidents.
They are troubling me.
Some robberies and some break-ins.
Mom, Dad, and Grandma, you have worked hard to give me a good education. Thank you for always being there for me. I appreciate everything you have done for me. I love you.
Why do you think people kill?
People kill because enough of them no have any education. They kill for getting money. So some of them kill and boast about it. So some of them kill for getting money. But they don't have any work.
Peer pressure would be one of the things. You grow up in a neighborhood which is known to violence and prone to violence. Yeah, a few friends from school who choose that road, who really drag you along with them.
Sometimes tell them about their mother, and you have some of them beg you money, you don't give them. They get mixed and start to cuss you.
Some crime bots, some disadvantage to come and steal mines or steal that man's money, and if you as a person side, you try to kill them.
See all heads and body on the highway, you cannot find the head. Sometimes you see the head, you cannot find the body.
Made her cry. How come they make you cry?
They hit me.
They hit you?
The energies are all hooked up and they are not doing anything. Once there's a situation, that energy is released. Now if they are gainfully employed and they know what has to happen, then you will find out that yes, they will have time for it.
That is happening until now. Anyway, you can hear it from me. Michael, you want to come and talk to us a little bit?
Good night, everyone. Good night. Well, how many people here are satisfied with the feeling? Everything's good for you.
We suffer with fear. Fear cripples us. He doesn't have that. The one fear I've seen him have is the fear of God. He fears no one and he fears nothing. He will go in any inner city community. He will go in any district and he is not afraid to stand and talk and speak and call and name things as they are. And he equally is not afraid to call the peace if he has to. He is not afraid to pull political leaders together and speak to them. He is not afraid of anyone per se. So he's not crippled by fear. So if he's taken from this community, say for 2 months, for 3 months, he would be able to speak light and life and transform just about any community. He has, he's like he was born for that.
And of course I have my crew right here, just one waving hand. Waving hand there, waving hand.
He helped me in a lot of ways just by talking to me, encouraging me. You know what I mean? Right now I'm married and he's the one that encouraged me to get married.
What I've done over the years is ask some young males to follow me. So if I go preach at a church, they come with me. If I go preach on a political platform, they come with me. If I go down the road to sit on the roadside, they come with me. If I go to the seaside, they come with me. The football field, they come with me. And that has been the process that we've used to help, in particular, young males escape the issues of violence and crime.
Right now, my community definitely need a sports center and more role models like Mr. Michael Aiken that can help the community to grow from strength to strength, because I've seen persons that have been through this program that he has to college doing good things, and they have made some impact on society thus far.
There's certain joke around here. You can't do that in my youth.
Some
parts of the water is very, very deep when you guys can't see.
I don't be pushing him off.
What I want to say, you see?
I'm here run, so I'm gonna act like I'm gonna what and me.
All those who want ice cream say yeah.
Yeah!
So we can solve the problem, but the problem is
A fish? Oh no, it's a person. A fish, Nicole.
I've known Coach Aikens from all my life, at least. From I was young. I mean, about 5 or less, I don't.
Here we go now. Being a meal.
Yeah, Coach Aikens is a good person, very influential to my life. You know what I mean? Wonderful coach, wonderful believer, very spiritual, very religious.
But as I said before, nurses, pastors, police, people out the road, youth and youth, all kind of different persons right now make up BUFL, and it is open, membership is open to anyone who wants to melt away negativity and bring in positivity, yes, and who wants to prosper. Anybody who's willing to stand against what is wrong, things like violence, crime and murder, we're standing against that. Domestic abuse and child abuse, we're standing against that. And we are standing for, we are linked arm like this and stand for a real gift for prosperity, peace, love. We want to love people because of the place to live, work, raise families and do business. Yes indeed. And of course, we're already talking about community. To all the youth and youth out there are in this.
Hello everybody, my name is Emiliano.
Hold on, sorry.
One, Jam Rock.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Been good, feeling good here in Jamaica.
I'm filming them play soccer. No, they're playing soccer. So they're having a soccer game over there. You should go film them play soccer. Or some people don't. That's what my boss wants.
Crime, violence, and
The thing is about the score.
For example, young especially for Mr. Aikens, keep them on his way, you mentor them, you coach them, and especially when he's going out on sporting activities, he's always
when he needs help,
they're brought up the right way. Then,
he would be counting on
what I like about it is that he ensures to make sure that good parenting initiatives
first and foremost, I would have to give thanks to Rev. Michael Aikens from a younger age, giving me the opportunity to be a member of the Victory Academy, where I develop basic and physical skills to endure the world.